like most people, I have people in my family who've suffered from mental disorders. And as a medical student, I became especially interested in the topic because of some of the patients that I dealt with while a student on rotation at Case Western Reserve. It was a 16-year-old black male who was in the hospital at University Hospital Case Western, and because of his paranoia was so related to race and race relations, I was the only person who could talk with him. So I got a greater responsibility than most students would get. Even ended up doing grand rounds on the case. But it taught me a lot about mental illness and what people can go through, what families can go through, and how important it is that people receive a quality care as soon as possible. So I think I set out in my career to contribute to that. I worked with a very talented group of people in developing the Surgeon General's report on mental health, which was the first report. And it was followed by a report on suicide prevention, a report on treating children with mental illness. And the beauty of that was it was not just the scientists at NIH and the CDC. We had people from around the country, NAMI representatives, and others who all came together to try to put in place, documents that would help people for years to come. We even went to Australia because Australia had a model community-based mental health program that included home visits when dealing with youth with mental disorders. Went to New Zealand because New Zealand has probably done more than anybody to deal with the cultural differences that impact mental health. And we have a lot of cultural differences in this country, and I think to be effective, we do have to better target our programs to cultural needs. I think first we got to make sure that the policy that we're dealing with, the parity of mental health and substance abuse access, is fully implemented, because it is not yet. And I think we have an opportunity with the Affordable Care Act. So I think we've got to really focus on seeing this policy through, because if we are able to see it through, a lot of people will benefit. If we're not able, people will still be left out of the system as we have had before. So that would be the first thing I would say. We work with a lot of people coming out of prison, as well as some of the veterans, and it's amazing the similarity of problems that they have. And I think we've got to come up with policies that better reach into the prison system to support people when they're in prison in terms of treatment. And in a way, we've got to do a better job for people who are on the front line.